Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel nursing.com. So today we are going to learn about GERD means gastroesophageal reflux disease in pediatrics. तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं इंट्रोडक्शन से. GERD means malfunction of the distal end of the esophagus resulting spontaneous effortless return of stomach contents into the esophagus. It may be physiologic below the age of 1 year due to inadequate development of lower esophageal pressure regulation. After the age of 1 year, the GER can consider as pathological and usually associated with inappropriate transient relaxation of lower esophageal sphincter. Causes in that mostly undetermined. Congenital chromosomal defect, congenital weakness of cardiac sphincter, maternal use of teratogenic drugs, maternal radiation exposure, maternal infection, maternal stress, anxiety, congenital metabolic disease, delayed neuromuscular development, physiological immaturity, cerebral defects, increased abdominal pressure and obesity. The associated conditions which can cause GER are supine position, coughing and wheezing in case of cystic fibrosis, bronchopulmonary dysplasia, asthma, indwelling orogastric or nasogastric tube, medications like theophylline and mechanical ventilations. Clinical manifestations in infants in that unexplained vomiting immediate after feeding, regurgitation, refusal to eat and features of dehydration, irritability, excessive crying, sleeping disturbances, arching and stiffening. Respiratory symptoms like coughing, wheeze, stridor and pneumonia may found. Loss of weight or failure to gain weight is usual feature. Clinical features in older children in that non-cardiac chest discomfort, upper abdominal discomfort, chronic cough, stridor, nocturnal asthma, dysphagia, anemia, hematemesis or melena. Diagnosis in that history of feeding behavior, presenting signs and symptoms are essential for diagnosis. Physical examination, ultrasonography, esophageal pH monitoring, technetium scintigraphy, chest X-ray, barium swallow, esophageal manometry, endoscopy and esophageal histology are useful diagnostic evaluation procedure to confirm the disease. Medical management in that positioning to reduce the amount of reflux. Infants younger than 6 months should be placed on right lateral position during sleep. Head of the crib should be raised at least 6 inches. The infant may also be held upright. Older children should be placed in head raised to 30 to 45 degree angle position. Avoid recumbent position after meal for at least 3 hours. Upright or semi-upright position during awaking is helpful. Feeding in that infants to be given thickened feed in small amount frequently followed by appropriate positioning to prevent the reflux. Older children should be allowed nothing per mouth 2 hours before bedtime. Low fat diet, spicy and acidic foods like onion, citrus products, apple juice, tomatoes, esophageal irritants like chocolate, peppermint, passive smoke and carbonated beverages should be avoided. Avoidance of obesity, tight or constricting clothing and NSAIDs at bedtime is also important measures. Chewing gum can be allow to stimulate parotid secretions which increase esophageal clearance. Medications in that antacid H2 receptor antagonist, cimetidine, prokinetic drugs, metoclopramide and proton pump inhibitors, omeprazole can be given alone or in combination. Surgical management in that if medical management fails even after 3 to 6 month course or in case of intractable respiratory disease, surgery is indicated. Fundoplication or Nissen's operation is the most popular method. A gastric wrap procedure is done. Wrapping of fundus around the lower esophageal sphincter completely prevent reflux episodes. Gastrostomy may be needed for feeding purposes or temporarily to decompress the stomach. Enteroplasty or pyloroplasty may also be performed in some cases. Nursing management in that preventing aspiration by positioning and appropriate feeding technique. Maintaining fluid and electrolyte balance by IV fluids whenever needed. Intake and output recording and estimation of electrolyte level. Providing adequate nutritional intake. Continuous monitoring of vital signs. Assessment of feature of complications and necessary investigations. Reducing fear of eating and modifying feeding schedule. Providing preoperative and postoperative care is for abdominal surgery of children. Providing emotional support. Giving health education regarding positioning, feeding, home-based care and follow-up. Complications in that frequent and sustained reflux of acid gastric content, aspiration pneumonia, chronic esophagitis, failure to thrive, anemia, asthma, sudden infant death syndrome, esophageal stricture, hiatal hernia. Thanks for watching.